The detail behind the Birds' struggles on offense are not only concerning, but starting to point to a bigger issue still plaguing Jalen Hurts and company. Plus, good news on A.J. Brown, but bad news for the Browns game. Oh, and Quinyon Mitchell, he just made Darius Slay look even worse, and the Raiders are about to sell. Should the Eagles buy? I'm Thomas Mott. This is a Thomas Mott Show. It's crazy how predictable we as Eagle fans can be at times, as just 4 weeks into a very up-and-down season for the Birds, the second a star player is available for trade on the NFL market, we link him to Philadelphia. First, last week, it was Reddick, which turned out to not even be allowed by the National Football League. Now, it's Raiders star receiver Davante Adams, who officially just the other day requested a trade from Las Vegas following another less-than-subpar start by the Raiders offense, and apparently because he's got beef with the head coach. And Las Vegas seems fed up as well, as ESPN confirmed the Raiders are taking calls for their all-pro receiver for the rightful price of a second-round draft pick. So, naturally, Eagle fans take to Twitter, and they try to make the case for Davante Adams coming to Philadelphia. And honestly, this has to be maybe the worst idea we've had in a very, very long time. First off, Adams is 31 and currently owed $13.5 million for the remainder of 2024, followed by 2 more contract years with the salary at a whopping $36.25 million per season. Pretty obvious Philly wouldn't pay that, although there are some reports suggesting Adams would restructure his deal, but do you really want another #1 star on an offense that already has A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, and the leading tight end in receiving yards, Dallas Goedert? Personally, no, nor do the Eagles, who have not made a phone call according to all reports that we have seen, and it just doesn't make a ton of sense. Now, I do expect the Adams move to help get Reddick out of New York, with Jake Eckenberg claiming Jets, Raiders, and Falcons have started the conversation regarding a 3-team trade. Jets land Davante Adams, the Falcons land pass rusher Reddick from the Jets for a 2025 mid-round pick, Raiders land a 2025 second and multiple mid-round picks from 2025 and 2026 New York. Sounds fun, we know teams are calling, but zero guarantee any of that is going to happen. And I've also seen a lot of Eagle fans demanding Howie Roseman try and get Maxx Crosby off the Raiders, which, again, sounds really fun and great, but I think unlikely early on this season. Like, the trade deadline is still weeks away. I'm not really convinced that the Raiders are going to be massive sellers or the Eagles are going to be massive buyers, but a Maxx Crosby addition in Philadelphia when the Eagles desperately need pass rush help would be, let's just be honest, a really great move. Plus, Crosby did just tweet a couple of hours ago, quote, "Everything negative, pressure challenges is an opportunity for us to rise," with an eagle emoji, so I'm just kidding. Probably nothing. Don't try and convince me of a good time. Maybe you could try and convince me that trading for Adams would keep him away from Dallas or the Commanders, but Dallas didn't want to pay Derrick Henry $7 million a year this offseason, so why would they give almost double that to Davante Adams? And Washington, I think they're intriguing. They're looking pretty darn good, but I'm not convinced that he's going to go there either. Plus, I think we have a better wide receiver 1 in A.J. Brown already on the team, who also took to IG yesterday to post the classic Batman meme with the comment, quote, "my turn," seemingly indicating he is obviously ready to come back after the bye week. Just like Brown star running back Nick Chubb, who was designated to return to practice yesterday following a long time removed from that extremely gruesome leg injury he suffered last year. No guaranteed he plays, but he was practicing this week as shown here, and with 2 Sundays left before the Birds take on the Browns, there's a really good chance you're going to see A.J. back, Devontae Smith back, and the Browns' #1 running back. Now moving over to the defense, Darius Slay decided to address his really bizarre antics following the Birds' shredding by Baker Mayfield and company last Sunday, and yeah, I'm going to let you guys give me your thoughts on this take right here.
I've seen the comments, it's noticeable. I see it all day. Yes, I turned off my comments on Twitter. I did a lot of stuff, man, because it's just like, hey, we are human. Y'all can get to us too. So I got to just ignore some of that kind of stuff. But for people to say that, hey, take the C off your chest, Slay, because of this. Like, I lead in a different type of way. I'm not a big vocal guy like Hurts. Hurts, y'all see Hurts all the time. Y'all say he got serious face and that. I am the joyful side of the team, or the leadership. I'm a guy that's going to put smiles on your face. If you're looking like you had a bad day, I'm the one that's going to try to cheer you up and make your day better. So I bring a different type of energy that the team needs. With the podcast with Micah, like, me and him got a great relationship. I know it's real beef with the organizations and the fan base. I'm with y'all, man. I want to whip the Cowboys' ass every time. But I do have an outside life in football. And I know how y'all get, man, fans. But Philly fans, please, just trust your boy. I'm here with y'all. We are one. And what we can't have is dividing, dividing. I know I get attacked a lot, which is cool with me. If I'm playing bad, attack me, please. I hold myself accountable way before you hold myself accountable. And I got that C on my chest for a reason.
I mean, it sounded fine. It's crazy we're having to apologize for everything that happened just a couple of days ago, just 4 weeks into the season, but I think Slay's just really missing the overall point. We aren't upset that you were joking around on a podcast. We're upset that you went on Micah Parsons' podcast just days after he had public beef with C.J. Gardner-Johnson, made fun of Gardner-Johnson, and then you laughed at that after getting shredded by the Bucs. And it's not just me saying this. The comment section on Slay's YouTube video documenting this whole apology was absolutely, one, I think kind of funny, but brutal from the fans, with one fan saying, bruh, nobody mad you talking to Micah. We mad you posted your stats after you got roasted all game and was laughing at CJ. Gotta be better, man. And this one saying, you're not making plays though, Slay. Personally, I'm tired of seeing you always laughing and smiling after getting cooked. Y'all soft in Tampa. And maybe my personal favorite, mid-play Slay. Everything you say sound cap. You putting your stats out there was lame, and talking about CJ after the no-holes defense got smoked even lamer. Take that C off, because we need real leadership on this team that have accountability. If you ain't part of the solution, then you are part of the problem you choose. Now, I'm not ready to get rid of Darius Slay. I've seen people call for him to be traded before the trade deadline because you have Ringo and Rodgers behind him. But again, throwing your teammate under the bus is never going to gain you praise from the fan base. Even though, just to be fair, Senior Gardner-Johnson, the one you're making fun of, currently ranks 57th in missed tackles and 67th in touchdowns allowed. Either way, big yikes for the Eagles secondary. Again, and this is probably very controversial and crazy, why don't we just focus on winning football games, getting the defense better, being tough, and actually performing well on the football field before we worry about podcast and making fun of our teammates and trying to have a good laugh with Cowboy players. It's moments like this from the newly released Buccaneers Mike Evans mic'd up video versus Philadelphia this past week that I think is at the core of Eagle fans being upset. Like, first off, you have Quinyon Mitchell being a boss, trash-talking Mike Evans, despite the Birds being down in the second half.
Take the ball. You easy. I've been on you all day, bro. You easy. Huh? You easy as f***ing it over. I've been on you all day, cuz. How many catches you got? You got one catch, you got to win. That's it. All right. You know who I am, right? You know who I am, right? No, I do not. No. I don't. I'm a rookie. You're a rookie, right? Yeah, that means you got more juice. You should have the most juice out here. We 31.
But then compare that to veterans like Maddox and Slay, who are all buddy-buddy. They're laughing it up despite getting worked all day.
You still be gaming?
Yeah, yo.
You gotta get out there one more time.
I still play, bro. I got you on Fortnite.
Yeah.
Dope. He go hit. Bro, you're 12, man. Congratulations, bro, on everything.
Yeah, man, you beat that now.
I'm 1 year behind you. We've been playing against each other since college, bro. That's crazy.
So long, I was telling him, I'm like, bro.
You the same, too.
You have to remember, Evans finished with 8 catches for 94 yards and a touchdown. All of those came against the other cornerbacks besides Q, who only gave up 2 Evans catches for 19 yards on 4 targets. And while no, I'm not saying you can't be friends with players on the football field, off the football field, but getting torched and then still being buddy-buddy and laughing it off, again, it's just not the best look. Now, the other big problem we're talking about this week has obviously been Nick Sirianni and his ability to take over parts of the offensive game plan, call plays here and there, and in kind of weird ways supersede offensive coordinator Kellen Moore. For instance, week 1, the Eagles were top 5 in the league in pre-snap motion, and they looked fantastic doing it. But since the Packer game, Philadelphia is now 19th in pre-snap motion, and even worse towards the bottom of the league in play action and under the center play action dropbacks. Oh, and how about Goddard's route tree from week 3? Remember that game versus the Saints where we absolutely dominated them? Look how awesome this route tree is, moving back and forth across the field. Short passes, long passes, all these routes are fantastic versus where it was week 4 versus the Bucs. Again, a giant swing, possibly another indicator. It makes no sense that the Eagles offense, if it's truly just run by Kellen Moore, is having these massive swings in identity from one week to the other. Week 1, you use a ton of pre-snap motion, and then a couple of weeks later, you don't hardly use any. Week 2, you have this whole kind of weird field goal kicking, not field goal kicking. Do you take the points, fake tush push, whatever garbage happened versus the Falcons? And then week 3, use your tight end correctly, but forget how to do it week 4? The common denominator has to be the head coach, right? We've seen this exact same thing last year, honestly, in a way worse fashion, and yet thinking everything was going to change this offseason, I guess, was a poor thought by me and a lot of you guys as well, as Sirianni continues to kind of butt into Moore's offense in the worst possible ways. Now, naturally, this is all speculation. I'm not in the locker room. You're not there. I'm not Kellen Moore. I can't speak for him in saying that Nick Sirianni is butting in, but you're trying to go ahead and read between the lines, see the themes here, and it sounds to me like Sirianni's imprint on this offense remains the same. However, Kellen Moore, he didn't really get asked this question. He just seems focused on getting the offense better in any way possible heading into next week.
Certainly part of the bye week process as far as us of what are we doing well, what can we improve on. and really focus on how can we move forward. And pass game wise, obviously find completions, all that good stuff. Starts with how we design it, how we call it. We obviously have some great opportunities to grow, and it's exciting just because we get 4 weeks of evaluation, and then we get a little chance to reset here, and then put our eyes forward. And so we know we got some really exciting, positive opportunities that we can grow from.
To further drive this point home, have you watched the Commanders at all? Led by their rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels the first 4 weeks, he's leading the league in quarterback passing accuracy and has been, honestly, incredible. By the way, their offensive coordinator is actually Cliff Kingsbury, who the Eagles technically interviewed but eventually turned down. Oh, and their assistant head coach / passing game coordinator is none other than Brian Johnson, who suddenly seems a lot less like the Eagles' main issue last year based on the eye test for the Birds in Washington in 2024. Again, we're speculating here, but it's the bye week with not much to go on. I think there are some trends that aren't looking good for the Birds head coach. Still, though, if you want to try and be a little positive today, how about the Eagles having the easiest remaining strength of schedule of any team in the NFL going forward? Compare that to the Giants, Cowboys, Lions, Niners, Rams, and Packers all having top 10 hardest remaining opponents. If the Eagles can just get things going during this next 4-game stretch, starting with the Browns, you play the Giants, Jaguars are in there as well, I think the Eagle fans are going to start to come back behind the Birds team as long as they're looking good, right? That's all we want. I want you to win football games, duh, obviously, but look good doing it, right? Don't get torched early. Don't throw a bunch of interceptions. Don't score 0 points in the first quarter. We want this team to look relevant and competent, and I guess if you want to be glass half full, there's at least an opportunity the next 4 games against a much easier opponent. That is the bye week. Still plenty of stuff happening the next couple of days and weeks. Be sure to subscribe. Although also the winner of the Saquon Barkley t-shirt I was giving away on the Monday recap, that is Diawa. Diawa is king. If you say your name, you see it on your screen right there. Go ahead and shoot me an email down below in my comments section. Prove it's you. As usual, I'll get that sent out to you as soon as possible. I'm Thomas Mott, hanging out here on a Thursday. This has been the Thomas Mott Show.